the slope feature has completely changed the way we look at golf courses. We used to use a climometer, and now we don't even need to carry it with us. We just strictly use the Bushnell, and we rely on it to tell us how much elevation change there is. And again, we're trying to come up with a specific number to play the shot. So if it's 150 yards, but it's downhill 10%, Brett's not going to give me that 150. He's going to say 135. So did I do that math right? Okay. Anyway, so we always work to a specific number. So that way we're trying to simplify this game. You know, I mean, this game is hard enough. There's a lot going on out there. And so when Brett can give me a number, a specific number, say, hey, it's a 135 shot. We're going X amount of feet right or left of the hole, you know, and then I hand the club and I can just turn loose and just play golf. That's what we're trying to accomplish out here. And I think that's what amateurs need to do as well. I think they need to simplify it. You know, sometimes you take in a lot of information, but you really need to boil it down to focusing on one thing. It's so hard to focus on two things. I mean, if I tell you, let's focus on the pink elephant, or don't think about the pink elephant, you know, I mean, it's the only thing you can think about. So we just try to come up with one basic, simple idea to focus on, and it seems to be the most efficient way to play golf.
Yeah, the slope came out probably 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, and it's probably the most cool feature that we use out here as caddies on the PGA Tour. Some people will just look at uphill and downhill and say, oh, well, it's a half a club or this or that, but with the Bushnell rangefinder, it'll tell you exactly yardage it's playing, plus or minus. So if you're an uphill shot and you might think it's a half a club, well, it could be 10 yards uphill. The same with the downhill. You even have a downhill that's way up there and you're like, oh, it looks like it's 1 club less. Well, it's 23 yards. I mean, we have spots on the PGA Tour where there's 20-plus yard drops in yardage and 15-plus drop up in yardage on certain holes. So it's very important to have that feature on our lasers.
Again, it just it's so simple to use. I mean, it gives you the actual number, and then it gives you an adjusted number, which whether it's uphill, downhill, whatever, and it tells you on the left side of that adjusted number how many yards downhill it is. So you can write down. And for us, if I'm in the middle of a fairway and I shoot a pin and it tells me it's 4 yards downhill, then I just mark it down in my yardage book. It's 4 yards downhill. Then when I get in the tournament, I know it's not, well, I think it's 4 yards, I think it's 6 yards. It kind of looks like it gives you an exact number, and that's how it helps. I mean, it's tremendous how much easier it makes our job.